So yeah, the like everyone is talking about the Indiana Fever, their embarrassing loss to a decent enough Dallas Wings team. And turns out that yeah, it did lose to a decent enough Dallas Wings team. And the Vegas Aces, who are expected to be better than the Fever, better than the Fever, just got beaten by 33 points. Yes, by 33 points to a Phoenix Mercury team whose point guard was playing their first ever WNBA minutes and had like 18 first half points. She had 19, 4 assists, 2 steals in 21 minutes. Like they were up 30 at halftime. Kiana Williams had 11. Annalie Maley played 6 minutes. She joined the team like yesterday. Kiara Linskins played 14. And if you look, Aja Wilson, by the way, again, Aja Wilson with 19 points. So player of the game, obviously, for the whole game, minus 22. 19 points, minus 22. Therefore, she, in fact, was like, she's top currently of the MVP race because, she only scored 11 points less than Breanna Stewart did yesterday, or 12 points less than Breanna Stewart. And, age attacks doesn't make up for that. We have the best shooting guard in the league with 5 of 15. And we have the point guard herself. 2 of 6 from the field, 4 points. Cuatro points. Kennedy Carter with 10 off the bench. 5 personal fouls, 2 assists. And at least Kennedy Carter had a near team leading minus 9. Shout out Bree Turner, a team leading minus 7. Gian Parker-Tyus. She does not look right. Like, Gian Parker-Tyus was an all-star. She was an all-star in 2023. And then I thought she would look really bad in 2024, sorry. I thought she looked really, really bad. I was not high on basically anything that she did that year for the Atlanta Dream. She got benched. I think it might have been for Naz. But she got benched. It just didn't look good. It did not look good that year. That being said, you then, after obviously getting benched, she got pregnant and she has not looked good. That being said, though, the Vegas Aces, I think in my power rankings, I'm happy with putting them in 4th. When it comes playoff time, you employ Aja Wilson. But even the Aja whistle, I'm not going to lie, like a lot of players are getting the Aja whistle. It's not the Aja whistle, the Paige whistle. That's kind of the way the game is being blown right now. So I don't really mind it too much. Like Steph Talbot as a starter, I don't know. Jewel Lloyd seems to want to come off the bench. So like Jewel wants to come off the bench and Carter probably wants to start. And is Steph Talbot the right player to start? Or do you put Jackie Young at the 3? And there's a lot of things that I'm looking at. And I'm like, man, this Aces team, look, I'm going to be real here. This Aces team wasn't very good last year. They just had the luckiest playoff run ever, where they robbed the Seattle Storm. They robbed the Storm in the first round. They robbed the Storm. No question about it. They robbed the Seattle Storm. In the second round, they nearly lost to a team who had a whole team of fucking hardship players. And in the finals, the Phoenix Mercury choked. They choked. And not only did they choked. Jackie Young had probably the greatest half in finals history. And there was just a lot of other things there. But in the grand scheme of things, realistically, the Aces were the 4th best team in the WNBA last year. If you look at who I believe going into the playoffs fully healthy. And they benefited again from Fee and getting injured, Stewie getting injured. Like, the best iteration of the Aces post 2022 for the playoffs, or even honestly, the best iteration of playoffs or Aces on paper is probably 2024 Aces. 2022. But since 2022, especially if you consider Chelsea Gray getting hurt, the game 4 Aces. Since then, the best iteration of the Aces was 2024, when you had Tip Hayes on the team. You had Kate Martin. You had Alicia Clark a couple of years younger than she is right now. You had Kelsey Plum. You had, obviously, Jackie Young. You have Angel Wilson. Like, this version of the Aces, like, I don't know how great they are. Like, again, they're a danger come playoff time. When they fully lock in, they're a danger. But we saw it last year. Like, if you are a Indiana Fever fan, you know. When this Aces team does not lock in, they are garbage. Like, they are really garbage when they don't lock in. Like, last year, they were coming out against the Fever and getting cooked by, like, fucking 30 twice. When they didn't show up, when they weren't 110% locked in, when they didn't have everything in their head 100% on point, they were terrible. And we saw that again today if you watched bits of the game. They were bad from start to finish. And by the way, the Mercury, first of all, they have the best floor raiser in the league. I say Caitlin Clark's the best floor raiser, but no, 2024, Caitlin's got to show me that she can be rookie Caitlin Clark again. I don't know if that's possible with Steph White as a coach, but for me to rate Caitlin Clark as anything above where ESPN had her, the 10th best player in the league, because I think what we're seeing from Caitlin Clark, even this game, if she makes one more shot and you can replicate what she did in the second half defensively consistently, yeah, 8th to 10th best player. But like, Caitlin's going to show me some 2024 Caitlin for me to be right about my prediction for her to be the third best player. Especially when you have Leah Boston on your team, it's hard to argue. It's getting harder to argue that Caitlin's the best player on this team, even though, again, if you could freeze 2024 Caitlin Clark and put her into this current Fever team, the Fever would win the championships. So it's just whether or not you get that version of Caitlin Clark back. But like, when it comes to that, like, Alyssa Thomas is a floor raiser. She's going to be a floor raiser no matter what. She's still going to be a good defender. She's going to have to adapt her game, but she's smart enough. But like Nogic, geez, I'm going to make a video talking about her. Holy shit, man. I watched the first half when this game basically ended, and I'm like, man, they literally got who has so far been the best rookie performance. And like, I wasn't that high on Nogic. Like, I watched little bits of her overseas. It is like, she is a player that has played for Serbia. She killed it. She absolutely killed it. But like, if you look at who she's been playing for this year, like, even for Serbia in the Eurobasket qualifiers, averaging 13 a game, 13, 2, and 4. She's, in fairness, she played for Besiktas in 2024 EuroLeague. I think she's playing in Russia. Like, am I right in saying she's playing in Russia? But like, they have Brochant playing 18 minutes. And I'm like, it's her first time playing. Yeah, Nogic is playing in Russia, averaging like 10 a game, where in a league where Olakosu is the MVP, and comes out and puts 19 in her first WNBA action. Like, what the fuck, man? They just seem to get it. They seem to get the scouting part of this. And when you have Alyssa Thomas, it's easy. Even you make Dwana Bonner look good at basketball. I'm still convinced she was throwing games for the Fever last year. Like, she was pathetically bad for the Fever last year. She was throwing the ball, hitting the rim, but still, the Aces got cooked today.